I have a book haul for you. This will be my Book Outlet Boxing Day sale book haul. Let's dive into this thing. Hey y'all, it's Jen and welcome to my channel, Ifers Inklings. And today I have my Book Outlet Boxing Day sale book haul for you. Now I purchased 16 books in this sale and I'm just going to dive into these. Some of these I know a little bit about and some of them I just picked up because they were cheap and they did sound interesting at the time. I did read the little blurbs about them, but I don't know that I'm going to remember what those all were about. So the ones that I know what they're about I will tell you, and otherwise we'll both be surprised when I read them. Okay, so as y'all know, I'm also going on a book buying restriction. So this may be the last book haul that you see for a while. I know there's a few books I'm going to pick up in January, so you'll probably be one in the end of, a January book haul, but it'll be teeny tiny. But this will be the last of my big ones for a while. The first one I have here is Back in the Game by Lori Wilde. And this says it's a Stardust Texas novel, so I'm hoping it's not the first in the series. I'm hoping it's the first in the series and not one in the middle. But it's an adult romance that follows, I think he's a contractor, or she's a contractor. He's a baseball player. She is part of the contracting company that he hired to redo his house. This next book is Always Neverland by Zoe Barton, and it is a Peter Pan retelling. This book is the whole reason I purchased put this order in, and that is Trace Evidence by Kathy Reichs and Brendan Reichs. This is a 4-book collection of short stories based in the Virals series. And I haven't been able to find it anywhere, so this is one of my favorite young adult series. It is about a group of kids who contracts a mutated parvovirus from a lab that one of the main characters' dad works at on an island set off of the coast of Charleston, South Carolina. And there's always kind of a mystery that they have to solve. Usually there's a bad guy after them. People are trying to kill them, that kind of thing. But it's really good. I really enjoyed this series a lot. And this is the short story collection that goes with the series. The Headmasters Wife by Thomas Christopher Green. I know that it's set at a boarding school. And I can't remember what else it's about, but it sounded really interesting. So, and look at that cover. That cover's pretty great. We'll see what it's about later. Next, I picked up The Realm of Possibility by David Leviathan, and this is, I believe, a short story collection or poetry collection by David Leviathan. I've really enjoyed the 2 David Leviathan books that I've read so far, and I really wanted to read more of his work, so I saw it on there and I grabbed it. And then I picked up Faithful by Alice Hoffman, and I believe this is about somehow relating to a teenage daughter. I believe it's 2 friends are somehow involved in a tragedy where one of them dies and the other one survives, and it's kind of follows the surviving girl, not daughter, but friend. Next, I picked up Close Enough to Touch by Colleen Oakley, and this is an adult contemporary romance book. It follows a librarian who is, or a bookseller, librarian who is allergic to everything, and so she doesn't leave her house ever, or the library or whatever, ever. And she has as little human contact as possible. But ultimately there is a love interest. A man walks in, and I guess something happens, and she decides to take the risk. So we'll see how that turns out. Being someone who's allergic to everything herself, I was kind of intrigued by this, so we'll see what I think. Next, I picked up Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac. I can't pronounce words. Words are hard, guys. By Gabrielle Zevin. And I don't remember what this is about, but I've heard a lot about it. I recognize the title. The little synopsis, when I read it, sounded interesting. And then I picked up This Song Will Save Your Life by Layla Sells. I think that's Layla. I don't remember what it's about either. I know it is, I believe it's young adult. I believe it's a contemporary. I think it has to do with, I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there at this point. But look at the cover. Isn't that pretty? I did read the synopsis of this, and it did sound intriguing. So I didn't go into this blindly just because it's got a pretty cover. But I'll let you know what I think when I read it. The Anatomical Shape of a Heart by Jen Bennett. This has been on my radar for a while. It was getting a lot of buzz on in the book community early in 2017 or late 2016. I don't remember which. I know that several people have put it on their favorites list. I don't remember what it's about, but I keep meaning to pick it up and so this time I just did. Then we have How They Met and Other Short Stories by David Leviathan, and this is just a collection of short stories by David Leviathan, and it is about how people met and fell in love. My Name is Leon by Kit DeWall. This is about, I think it's set in South Africa. So this book is about two boys whose mother dies and leaves them an orphan. But they're brothers, Jake and Leon. Leon is the older brother, Jake is the younger brother. And when their mom dies, they become orphans and they are put into foster care and are separated. And this is their journey kind of getting back to each other. So I believe it's young adult. But it sounded really interesting and really good, and it kind of tugged at my heartstrings, being that story about young brothers and stuff. So I can't wait to read this one. The next one is A Little Something Different by Sandy Hall, and this one sounded really interesting. It is a love story told from 14 different viewpoints. I don't know how that's going to work out, but it sounded interesting, and so I wanted to check it out. It is, follows, I think it's a college creative writing class, and they are to write a love story together. And so again, this is, and then I think the two characters who are paired up together end up falling in love, but the story is told from the points of view of other people around them. So I'll let you know what I think. It, again, sounds interesting. The next one is All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. This book is a murder mystery or a missing persons mystery story, but it is told from backwards. It's told from current day, and it goes back in time each day to the event of the first missing person and kind of tells a story that way. So I thought the concept sounded interesting, and so I was really interested to pick this one up. The next book I picked up was The Gallery by Laura Marks Fitzgerald. This book is kind of, if I remember correctly, it's kind of a fantasy, contemporary fantasy. It's set maybe even magical realism. I don't really remember, but the gallery is pictures in this mansion, and they tell a story, but there's a mystery to it that this girl needs to figure out, the main character in here. And that's kind of all I remember about it. I believe it was set in the 20s. but it may be not, so I don't know. But look at that cover, man. That is very pretty and shiny. So anyway, it sounded interesting when I read the little synopsis, and so I grabbed it up. The final book I have here in this stack is Love Letters to the Lost by Bridget Kemmerer. I don't remember what this is about. I think the cover's pretty, and I remember hearing a lot about it, but I don't remember what it's about. I think it's a young adult contemporary. It may be an adult contemporary. I don't remember, but I picked it up. That is my Book Outlet book haul. If you picked any of these books up yourself, let me know down below. If you've read any of these books, let me know that down below as well. And as always, if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. That bell notification next to it will let you know when I post new videos. And as always, until next time, bye.